Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over a coin called Solana. It's trading at $36 and it is down 2% today. Just had a little bit of a drop. And what I'm going to do, not financial advice, see if it's a good buying opportunity right now. Present some information and see if it's going to be worth it here in the near future or maybe longer term a little bit. One good thing about Solana, guys, you want to check out right here is that it does have limited supply, has inflation rate right about 8-10%, maybe a little bit higher. So it's really, really good. Massive amounts of Twitter followers. That's good. And it's on a bunch of exchanges. This coin is super, super bullish. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart and let's just go over the basics of it, okay? So first, I'm gonna put this out there because you're going to have bears go, oh, look here, guys, you know, you are doomed because you have a head and shoulders, and you put your thing, you put your trend right there, and then you can take this and go like that. And guess what, guys? You know where Solana is going to end up. You take your thing, go right over here. It's going to $3.77. Okay, that's going to be probably brought up, in my opinion, guys. So could it happen? It could. It could. But let's see what the evidence says. Let's check the evidence out, see what's going on here with Solana. Solana was a interesting one for me because it had such a shallow correction, and that is a concern. But if you take a look at its wave run, 1, the 3, and the 5, and this 5 ended right here, okay? So here in the weekly RSI is that a lot of bears don't pay attention to the RSI, okay? You know, they have their pattern, boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's going to $3. But then if you go take a look at this down here and you're like, wait a second, guys, that RSI has reset itself. So you see here, there's this peak right there. And then you come all the way over here, you can see their RSI was over there to do that massive wave run. And now it's over here. All right. So just the overall trend, if you take your trend line, you can say, okay, here's the price action, right? That's the price action. And then you take the RSI over here on a long-term trend. What is that? That's divergence. That's bullish divergence, though. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's look at some other indicators to see if it's worth it. So go from the top all the way down to the bottom. How much has it dropped? 90% more or less. That's good. Where did it correct to? It corrected to the previous fourth wave area right over here. Okay, that's where a lot of the coins they like to correct to. So when they're done with their run, you got a lower sequence fourth wave, or the primary fourth wave is where they like to correct to. Okay, now I was looking at Solana when it was going through its whole correction. I had a target, this first area for a target, and then there's another wave over here, a lower sequence fourth wave that it could correct to. So let's see what are the odds. What are the odds that Solana is going to do that? Let's suss that out and see if Solana is going to do that, okay? Let's make sense of that right now. Okay, so it's already dropped 90%. So for it to get down there, you're going to expect Solana to go down to a 95% drop on a very bullish coin, okay? Is it possible? Of course it's possible. But let's take a look at this wave. Let's take a look at this wave and see if it's going to be probable with it. Okay, if I'm going to pull a fib on it, all right, as a matter of fact, let me go out to the daily. Let me go out to the daily for you guys. I'll show you something, just eliminating the processes of this to see if that's even probable. Okay, so 1.38. Okay, so now here, that likely is, it's actually kind of an unusual correction. If you can see here with Solana, here's its wave that came down, third wave peak, lowest peak, and then there's the fifth, okay, right there. Massive amount of divergence telling you is going to, bam, do that right there. And then you have your wave coming down here. Here's another third wave peak, and then back down to make divergence. Okay, on the daily chart, this is a concern you want to look for. Okay, so what Solana did is this, A, B, C, but a very unusual sequence of 1.38 from the A wave to the C wave. That's unusual, guys. So you see the third wave. Here's one thing you want to look for. It's unusual too. Here's your third wave, and then there's a third wave. Okay, you see that peak to that peak? There's actually divergence between that peak to that peak. Okay, on a three-wave move. On a three-wave move, you don't want to see that divergence. You wanted to see this down lower. Okay, so to me, that's a concern for Solana. Now, Solana is unusual. I don't make excuses, but I'll show you as an example. Here's the five-wave move, right? Here's the five-wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the five-wave move, you see divergence, okay? Here's another five-wave move. You see the divergence? So that's a 5 and that's a 5. The probability of Solana doing a 5 down to here, in my opinion, is low, because now you're looking at the reason why I'm saying that is that if it's going to do that, like so, one, the numbers don't make sense. So then here's the five-way sequence. Then Solana is going to do an A, B, C back up to here. And then it's going to need to do another five-wave as big as this over here. So it's going to need, I take that off. It's going to need to do something similar and go like that over there. Okay. Is that possible? It is. It is possible that it could swing back up and do a five-way swing back over here and end up at $5, more or less. Okay. So it is possible. You can't rule that out. You have to wait for the waves to come. So more than likely, though, is that since this is a nice 5-5, and this could be not likely a fourth wave, is that Solana is going to be at least correcting this whole sequence at a minimum at a 50% target up to $90. All right, in my opinion. And also came to the fourth wave. So there's bullish signals, there's bearish signals. You can see how when you go investigate assets like Solana, where you get mixed signals. Like you can't, is it done there? Is it not done? It's just all about probability, guys. So with this coin, though, it is extremely, extremely bullish doing this wave run. If it's done there, then it's going into this will be a first wave of the whole third wave that it's doing. So now let's go into the correction and take a look at this and see if we can suss anything out with what's going on with Solana. And I've already checked this out. This is a five-wave swing right here, and you should have another five-wave swing over here somewhere. You can get one out of this. This looks very three-wave-ish to me. This does look three-wave-ish. So there's a high probability that Solana may have been in a correction since the 19th of July. So over a month ago. You have a chance that Solana was like, here's this correction, like so, like that. I'm not going to know. I know Ethereum needs to pop up. Ethereum goes into a B wave as an example. It needs to pop up and it's going to swing back down. So you're just going to have to wait for it to suss itself out. I will say this, if you go take a look at Solana right here, this is when Solana was trading from 50 cents and as high as $1 right in here. So you can see this is the early stages of Solana where, people be looking at it kind of like in this area where Solana is right now going, okay, is it bullish? Is it bearish? But then you know what happens next. Solana went from 50 cents to over $200. Could something similar be happening there? Could be, guys. It could be. It could just be consolidating, get ready to get out of there. So is the low right there? That's a completed sequence. I'll say that is a completed sequence right there, more than likely for Solana, guys. And you can see where it hit right on top, right these areas right there. Okay, right in those areas, and then you have a lot of area here now for base and a lot of base over there. So kind of similar to what Ethereum did. Take a look at Ethereum. Okay, when it formed its bottom over here, it's finished up, potential finished correction. And I'll go out to the daily chart. I'll show you guys on Ethereum. Take a look at that area right here for Ethereum. You see that whole area? And then if you come on over, it's a previous fourth wave area that it went to, right in that area. That's a previous fourth wave. of its last sequence. And then you come over here and you see that. So, you know, there's a lot of confluence there with Ethereum, and then Solana, you know, doing more or less the same thing. It's just, you know, consolidating, not ready to really go bullish yet or something like that. Is what I'm thinking, guys. So I don't want to give you a count on this because it's all just speculation. You know, 1-2, you know, saying 1-2. Could it be? It could be. I'm not able to answer that question, but it does look good. It's either in the highest, the worst case scenario for Solana is that it's in a bounce. So more like you might see, let's say it does some sort of A wave over here like this, right? Back down for a B, and it whizzes back up on a C. Okay, up to the 60 to the almost $100 right there. It does a bounce up there. Okay, so it's going to have to correct at a minimum. This leg needs to be, for it to keep going down, in my opinion, it needs to correct this whole leg to get back up there, the 50% area, more than likely, guys, at a minimum. Just take a retrace on that. And then it would need to, you know, 382 is going to be the minimum, and then 50% right there, guys, at 55 and 618. Okay, for it to get back up there at 113. Now, this is what I'll say. If it's done with its correction and it is going into another wave, it's going to be a struggle in the beginning. You know, it's going to be in there and just probably wandering around in this area, just like so, up and down, and then it could be making 1-2s, and then it gets out of there eventually, guys. That could be happening. The bullish signals behind it on this correction, as you can see right here in the RSI, the daily RSI, you can see it took pretty much almost everything out and reset itself. You know, it could come back up and then come way back down there. So if you see Solana, you know, say in these areas, hasn't broken this low right here, hasn't broken that low, about $26. You see it up there, and you see the RSI way down here. Well, then you know you're going to have your answer. That's going to be your bullish signal that, hey, Solana's over here, and then boom, it's going to go right up there. All right, guys. Either way, it's a solid coin. You know, just going back out to the weekly and taking a look at that. You know, this is undeniable, guys. This is undeniable right here. You know, that has reset this whole cycle. And what that means on the weekly, that it's ready, getting itself more than likely prepped to start making moves to the upside. You know, this is short season. This is not where you play shorts on Solana. Like, look, you go up here. Up here is where you do that. Up here is where you do that. You know, with the RSI, at least up here, you know, going down here, can you do it on a smaller scale, do scalps or something, like possibly? But no, to me, just on this data with the weekly RSI, there's the higher probability that this is going up rather than back down, but you can't rule that out. All right, guys, if you made it all the way to the end of my video, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.